Happy Friday. I'm back with another Fridays 45. Thanks to all that tuned in last week to You Shook Me All Night Long. The answer was A Knight's Tale. I'm going to move on to today's song. It's another song from a movie. It's off of this album. This album is called Bookends. It's by Simon and Garfunkel. But a lot of you are probably thinking right now, you must be talking about Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate. Nope, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about side two, song 4, and that is Hazy Shade of Winter. Yes, Simon and Garfunkel did it first. If you're my age, you're probably thinking, the Bangles. Nope, they did it first. They released a single of this song out in 1966 off of Columbia Records. And there it is. Great song. It reached number 13 on the Billboard. And they were writing it when they were in England. And it was actually was supposed to be on, it could have been on their album Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme, but it wasn't. It was held off. And it's more of a rocking song for Simon and Garfunkel, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But it was put on, it was so successful, it was put on their album Bookends in 1968, 2 years later. The Bangles version was used in the movie Less Than Zero. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty influential movie in the 80s. It was on cable all the time, starring Jamie Gertz, Robert Downey Jr., James Spader, Andrew McCarthy. I mean, just from the opening scene when they're playing this song and they're driving through LA and those drums kick in, you're kind of like, yeah, this has got my attention, definitely. The song was actually produced by Def Jam Records. And if you know a little bit anything about Def Jam Records, it was founded by Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons in 1983 in a dorm room in New York University. I think they invested $8,000 in it. So what's interesting about this is on the back is not their song, it's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts doing a very bluesy song of She's Lost You. It's okay. I'll be perfectly honest. Not my favorite. But what's interesting is that Joan Jett is on the flip side of the Bangles, because the Bangles bassist during this time was a girl called Michael Steele, and she was in the Runaways with Joan Jett and Lita Ford in the 70s. So kind of interesting tie how they put a Joan Jett song on one side and they put a Bangles song with the bassist that was in their group years before. Susanna Hoffs and Debbie and Vicki Peterson make up the group of the Bangles. They were founded in 81. Interesting, early on when they founded, Susanna Hoffs says she heard Simon Garfunkel's version on the radio and loved it. And she's like, I got to learn it. We got to put it in our shows. And she did. And, early in their shows, they played this song and they rocked it out. And when Less Than Zero was, when the producers were looking for a song, they wanted them to write it. And they were like, no, we've got this song. We don't have time to write one, but we got it. And they loved it. And the rest is history. So just a great song. You're going to hear some more stuff from the Bangles from me. I love this group. Just a fun psych pop is what one journalist calls them. Kind of a garagey band feel, jangly guitars and things like that. I'm going to talk more about their music in the future, so I don't want to go too deep into them. But my question to you this week is basically this: we watch movies a lot, and a song can really embed in your head. And when you hear that song on the radio or CD or whatever you're streaming, sometimes immediately you go straight to the movie. And this is one of those songs. There's nothing else I think about. And when I start hearing the beginning of that and I'm singing Time, and then that drum kicking in, I'm thinking of Less Than Zero. That's what I'm thinking about. Very influential in my brain. What movies out there and songs do you immediately go to? Not a song that you think of something else before the movie, but when you hear certain songs, you think of that scene or you think of that movie. Let me know. Put it in the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for all your time tuning in this week. It is hazy outside. It's not winter yet. It's fall. It's a hazy fall day. But I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the flip side.